This all started with a milestone, a magical book, and a completely unhinged idea. Imagine this. I, a baby YouTuber, had just hit 100 subscribers. 100 subscribers? That's awesome. Which is so exciting, so I wanted to celebrate. I then picked up a book called A Fellowship of Bakers and Magic, which is about a girl named Arletta who enters a magical baking competition. But somewhere between chapter 1 and the recipes printed in the back, I realized something. I don't just want to read her story, I want to live it. Goofy So I did something a little ridiculous. I decided that for this week's video, I would not only read the book, I would also bake all 3 of Arletta's competition recipes in real life. And because I am nothing if not committed to the bit, I'll be rating and reviewing not only the book, but each dessert that I make from scratch. But here's the catch. I had exactly 4 hours before my friend showed up that night expecting desserts, so I had to get a move on. In round 1 of the baking competition, Arletta bakes lemon bars with a shortbread crust. For this recipe, I need an 8x8 metal pan, unsalted butter, 3 lemons, 4 eggs, vanilla, salt, cooking spray, flour, sugar, powdered sugar with cornstarch, and parchment paper. You can literally tell I'm stressed based on how messy this is right now. Like, it's literally crazy. The first step is to grease the pan. I need to also put parchment paper. I don't understand why we had to spray it if we're putting the parchment down, but just gonna go with it. Now I have to make the crust, and I'm supposed to put them in a food processor, but of course I don't have a food processor. 1 cup of flour. Guys, can you tell I'm stressed out? I feel like I'm in a baking competition right now. A 1/4 cup of sugar. I'm gonna guess what an 1/8 teaspoon is. Yeah, a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. That I can do. 2 tablespoons finely grated fresh lemon zest. Lemon zest, lemon zest. Which should I use to make the lemon zest? Maybe this? I don't know. Is it working? Oh, it is. There's barely anything. 2 tablespoons is a lot of lemon zest. Also, look how embarrassing this is.
Really?
I feel like I'm looking at him nude. That has to be enough, come on. We need 4 of these. 1, dude, I made way too much. 3, 4, what if we do more? No, I shouldn't. I'll definitely botch it. Okay, now we need to add cold butter cubes to the mixture and pulse it until there's coarse crumbs, but we all know I can't pulse it. 7 tablespoons unsalted cold butter cubes. Okay, let me cube the butter. Okay, look, I recognize that this is not cubes by any means, but I was thinking, since we're supposed to use a food processor and I'm not using one, I felt like I needed to like chop them up a lot more. I don't even have a whisk. I am literally using a whisk like plug-in. I don't know, guys. So we're looking for coarse crumbs. This doesn't look right. I think I'm gonna use my blender. Okay. Please don't destroy my blender. I'm literally blocking the camera. That's insane. Guys, keep in mind I'm just a baby YouTuber. Oh yeah, if you didn't know, this recipe is taped to my camera tripod, so that's why I've been looking down the whole time. Hope you guys don't mind. Let's try and pulse this. Oh my god, it's working! It's working. It's not happy, but it's working. Okay guys, if you're gonna make this recipe, definitely use a food processor. And one thing we learned is to learn from my mistakes. All right, so before we break my blender, let's get this crust out. This is so chaotic. You have to admit, this is more crust than it once was, right? Guys, I'm stressed out. Pretend like you're watching me on Great British Baking Show, like how stressed they are. Imagine that, okay? Because that's what's happening here. The shortbread crust, that's low-key working, right? Using your fingers, press the dough into an even layer in the prepared 8x8 making metal. We're gonna take this, add our crust. Oh, we need to preheat the oven. Press this into, ooh, doesn't feel super even, but we're just beginners, right? Doesn't have to be perfect. The crust has been squished into the pan. This needs to chill in the fridge for 15 minutes. Now we have to make the filling. I'm whipping out the big guns. By big guns, I mean, this heavy stand mixer. I've used it once before, but the recipe turned out so bad, so I don't know if that was the stand mixer or me. I think we could probably guess. First, I need to add 4 large eggs. Simple enough. Oh, and there's some shell. 1 cup of sugar going in. Oh my god. And again with the 1/8 teaspoon of salt. So we're just gonna do a little shake. Oh, the oven's preheated. I'm so scared. Stir.
Hi.
That doesn't seem right. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I think I need to make it faster. Faster. This doesn't feel right. I also need to add lemon juice and flour. 1/2 cup of lemon juice. For now, that looks good, I think. I just bought a lemon juicer. Let me try and do something crazy. I know for a fact that didn't work because I literally moved. Okay, anyways. Okay, it's all over the counter. Let's go. Hopefully I have enough lemons to make enough lemon juice. If you guys can recall, we had plenty of zest. Zesty. The counter is so dirty. I've never baked with this much of a mess before. I think we might have just enough. If I had somehow got all of this lemon juice into the cup instead of on the counter, I think it would have been actually perfect. We're adding 1/2 cup of lemon juice and 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. Let's mix it. Oh my gosh, it's so scary turning this machine on because it like sloshes the ingredients to the edge every time. While this is mixing, I'm gonna clean up a little bit. Okay, I got a spatula to scrape down the sides. I think this will make it better, I don't know. Okay, I should definitely turn this off first. Professional baker right here, what can I say? I'm gonna put the crust into the oven for 15 minutes or until the edges are golden brown. It smells like orange juice. My lemon bars are currently in the oven, so I need to start making these scones right now. I started a fellowship of bakers and magic and it is going so well. This book is so cute and I already know the found family is gonna make me cry because I was at the gym reading it today and I genuinely had to stop reading it because I was tearing up on the treadmill. Like I was not about to cry in front of everyone at the gym over a book. It's so cute, it's so whimsical, and there's a romance happening already and I'm so excited for it. I really think I'm gonna love this book. I started reading it at the pool yesterday and I didn't get very far, but I noticed that every chapter there's a little picture of like a baked good, and bro, I simply have to make them. The pictures are so big on the Kindle. I have to make that. There are 3 dessert recipes at the end of the book. I'm so excited to finish this book and I'm so excited to bake this food. In round 2 of the baking competition, Arletta bakes Earl Grey cherry scones. The craziest thing, I literally got the wrong packet of Earl Grey tea. I got the Keurig cups. So I'm currently trying to make a batch of tea with heavy whipping cream in these cups, but I literally had to cut the plastic off of them so that the bag of tea would just soak into the milk. I don't know if it's working, but we're just gonna cross our fingers and move on. Let's go through all the ingredients. First up, we have, of course, all-purpose flour, sugar, vanilla extract, 2 room temperature eggs, salt, baking powder, Earl Grey tea, half and half, and dried cherries. First, I need to line a baking sheet with parchment paper, which I already did. Now I need to whisk together the dry ingredients. 3 cups of flour. Oh my god, perfect. 1/2 cup of sugar. Okay, now we need a tablespoon of dry tea. And like I said, I'm using the Keurig pod, so I'm literally just puncturing them so we can try and get the correct amount of tea out of them. This is a 1/2 tablespoon measurement, so I need to fill this up twice. 1, 2. 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Whisk it together. Guys, I'm doing something right. Gently heat up 1/3 cup, half and half in the microwave for about 30 seconds or in a small saucepan until it's almost boiling. Add 2 bags of Earl Grey tea and allow it to steep 5 to 10 minutes. Lucky for you guys, I already did that, so it didn't work. This is my tea mixture. It smells like tea. It's definitely already been 5 to 10 minutes, but I'm still gonna set it aside and move on to the next step. The next step is to grate 10 tablespoons of frozen butter. And luckily I put this butter in the freezer this morning, so it's ready to grate. I just am really dreading this step. Let's get started, I guess. Ew, gripping a butter stick is so crazy. Oh my god, it's like cheese. I'll be back when this is grated. Damn. Now we have to add the butter into the mixture. Oh my god. Oh my god, bruh. Guys, I just made a major whoopsie, but we're not gonna talk about that. Let's move on. I need to now incorporate the butter into this dry mixture. Ew, ew, ew. I'm buttering my counter. Stir and work it in slightly. The butter should easily incorporate and resemble uneven crumbs. Something's happening. I think it's right. Now we need to add 6 ounces of dried cherries. This bag is 5 ounces, so I got an extra bag and we'll just sprinkle some of this one in too. Okay, a little bit more of this one. That's right, probably. I have no idea. Guys, I hope this works out because my friends are literally coming over tonight. And if this tastes like shit, then that's gonna be really awkward. My main concern is that I actually get this all finished in time. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 6:39 p.m.
Wait, I feel like I'm doing good. This looks pretty good. I mean, it looks disgusting, but like I think it looks how it's supposed to. Next step. Oh, it's an entire page of instructions. I need to stop complaining. I get to make baked goods. I'm getting to do this. This is a privilege. But look, that's a lot of words. It's time for the wet ingredients. I got a separate mixing bowl. It's really small though, but I think it'll be fine. 2 large eggs, room temp. I've had these out on the counter for a while. We're not gonna disclose how long. I think they're gonna be okay. If I get food poisoning and if all my friends get it, let's forget this part of the video. Thank you. 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. 1, 2. 1/3 cup tea steeped in half and half. This is where my cup comes in clutch. 1/3 of plain half and half. And then we whisk all of this together. Wait, my area is way more clean this time, so I think that means that I'm doing okay. Ew, booger. I wanna smell it. Mmm, it smells good. Combine the wet and dry ingredients and stir gently until the flour is moistened. Why isn't she giving exact directions? It says we want sticky dough but not too wet, but I don't understand what too wet would be. And it said we could add a little bit more moisture if we needed it, so I imagine we're gonna add all of this liquid. Dude, I just wanna get in here with my hands. It's freaking sticky, bruh. Getting overstimulated, I'm getting overstimulated. Alexa, stop. Now I have to get my lemon bars out. Lemon bar time, yeah. So now I need to take them out of the oven and they have to cool for 1 hour on a cooling rack. I'm gonna add a smidge more flour to this, I think. This is still sticky. And I already added like half a cup of flour, I swear. So I think I'm just gonna move on. Place the dough onto wax paper that's been floured well and begin shaping it into a rectangle that's approximately 1 to 1.5 inches thick. More flour, why not? How would people have to add more heavy cream? That would make it even worse. Flatten this till it's an inch thick and then fold it. It says rectangle, but we're not doing all that. We are not doing all that. Fold. Ew, so much flour in there. Think that I repeat this process again and then maybe one more time. If you're a baker and you're watching this, I'm so sorry. Half it, and now I need to shape this into a round. Does it mean like that? Like a pizza? I literally have no idea if this is what they're supposed to look like. They look like giant cookies. I'm gonna saran wrap them and then they go into the freezer for 30 minutes. And I have no room. I literally had to put them onto a plate and saran wrap them, but now this goes into the freezer for 30 minutes. I'm so sick of this. I'm literally so sick of this.
Same.
It's time to make the glaze for the scones. This should be simple. I hope and pray that it's simple. We need a cup of powdered sugar, but I only have confectioner's sugar, which has cornstarch in it. Cup. Half a teaspoon of vanilla. I'm eyeballing it because I literally don't care anymore. Oh, that's a lot. And now 1.5 teaspoons of half and half, but I'm gonna add more than that because it needs some liquid in there. Now we mix. My black outfit is just getting more and more covered in powders. This is definitely done. It looks pretty good. I'm gonna saran wrap this and put this in the fridge so we can start on the 3rd recipe. I'm officially 49% through the book, and it's safe to say I'm still really enjoying it, and I'm honestly shocked about it because this is the first time that I've ever read a cozy fantasy, but this book is doing good things, so I imagine I'll pick one up in the future. This book is about a girl named Arletta Starstone who lives in a town called Adenishire, and she is surrounded by magical creatures, from talking cats to orcs to fairies to elves. There are magical creatures everywhere, so she obviously feels pretty left out being a human with no magical capabilities, but she does have an incredible skill, and that's of baking. She often sells her baked goods in the local market, but like I said, since she's a human and everyone kind of disrespects humans, she's often not given very just treatment from most of the magical creatures around her, aside from her neighbors, who are really close family friends, basically her parents, and they have so much faith in her baking abilities, even more so than she has in herself, so they go behind her back, secretly enter some of her baked goods in a competition, and she ends up winning a spot. So then an elf must come deliver the news to her, and it's so shocking and frightening to have to get out of her comfort zone that she honestly doesn't even want to go, but somehow the elf convinces her to journey with him back to Langheim. So we follow their journey, which is so cute because I really do like this elf guy. He's a pretty good MMC, I would say. But now we're kind of watching their romance take a back seat because we're going to focus on Arletta and her baking abilities, which are honestly making me so hungry. Like, I want sweets constantly when I'm reading this book. cook. So now we're getting to watch basically like any cooking show that you've ever seen on TV. Like how high stakes and pressure filled the rooms are. That's exactly what I'm reading, but a cozy, magical version of it. So I'm having a really great time and I can't wait to see where this book ends up. Right now, I would probably say it's a 4.5 to 4 stars, which is like so good right now, especially because we're only halfway. I'll probably update you guys at the end of the book, but we'll see. And in round 3, the final round of the baking competition, Arletta bakes salted brown butter chocolate chip cookies. This is a big recipe. I had to first brown some butter, which I did off camera because everything is getting so overwhelming. I have 3 different recipes going on at one time, but we have to persevere because my friends are coming over. And Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 7:36 p.m.
Less than 30 minutes, so we need to get a move on. Let's go over all the ingredients that we'll need for the chocolate chip cookies. Granulated sugar, all-purpose flour, bread flour, semi-sweet chocolate chips, baking powder, vanilla extract, brown sugar, salt, baking soda, an egg at room temperature, and an egg yolk. Let's get started. I'm so ready to be done with this. The brown butter's already in here. Now I need to add 4 tablespoons of cold butter and then mix it. Damn. Oh, okay. I'm mixing it myself. Now that the butter's melted, it has to go in the fridge for 15 minutes. Otherwise, when we add the eggs, it'll literally scramble them. But while we wait, I'm gonna cut the scones. I'm gonna spray the parchment a little bit because I don't want them to stick and ruin everything. And now we need to cut these scones into 6 pieces. Guys, I don't even know if I like scones. I kind of did a great job, not gonna lie. You were supposed to brush these with half and half for some reason, but I obviously don't have a brush because I'm unprepared. So I poured some into my hand, dipped my hand, and rubbed them on the top of them. Here they are. They're gonna go into the oven at 450 for 15 minutes. Oh my gosh. Whoa. The finish line is so close, I can almost taste it, okay? Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 7:57 p.m.
Okay, guys, this is the time when I let you know I had to ask my friends for 30 more minutes. So if I was in a competition, I already would have lost. Let's move into the dry ingredients for the cookie dough. We need 2.5 cups of flour. 1. I'm gonna try and use the rest of my all-purpose. That's about half a cup. So I'm gonna do another cup of bread flour and that'll be 2.5. I'm so terrified that my mic is gonna die, but maybe I shouldn't curse myself because we're almost done with this video and nothing horribly wrong has happened. So crossing my fingers. A teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Okay, teaspoon of baking powder. Okay, let's combine our dry ingredients. The butter's still cooling in the fridge, so I'm gonna add everything else that I need to add to the butter into this bowl, so that way whenever the butter comes out, I can just add this bowl into it and it'll be so much easier. So in this bowl, I'm gonna add 3/4 cup white sugar, 1 1/4 cup packed brown sugar. That is so much sugar going into these cookies, but I'm gonna trust it. Now we're gonna add 3/4 teaspoon of salt and a tablespoon of vanilla. That's fine, I guess. I'm gonna take the butter out of the fridge now and then add this bowl of ingredients to it. I'm gonna add it into the butter. It smells burnt. Add the egg and yolk and mix for 30 seconds. Ooh, that does not seem like the right texture. Egg, yolk. Okay, it says mix for 30 seconds, let the mixture rest for 3 minutes, mix for 30 again, rest for 3. So I'm gonna do that and then I'll come back to you guys once it's all mixed. It is finally time to add the dry mix to the wet mix. I'm so excited to be done with this video. Oh my gosh. I don't even know how to go about this. Oh my gosh, it's getting thick.
Really?
Why is it clumping like that? Got the framing right? Bro, come on. Like, seriously? It's stuck. Time to fold in the chocolate chips. I'm just gonna mix this with my hands because it's really difficult with the spatula, I'm not gonna lie. It's mixed, kind of. Good enough, I think. I wanna try some though. I know you're not supposed to eat it because it has raw egg, but I need something. That's kind of good. Wait, that's literally my timer for 8:30. Guys, it's 8:30. I'm about to cut my lemon bars and put powdered sugar on them. I just glazed the scones. The cookies are in the oven. I feel like I did it. We did it, Joe. I'm going to plate my desserts and then I'll show you guys the final spread. And my friends are coming any minute. The kitchen is kind of a mess, but I can wipe that down in 2 minutes. I got that right. I finished A Fellowship of Bakers and Magic this morning at the gym. It was such a cute book. I would totally recommend it, but I do have some cons. My first con was that we really did not get to see a lot of the relationship building. We did get a few glimmers of like a relationship or a spark between the characters, a little bit of banter, but I wish that was explored deeper. But in the book, the author does make it clear that Arletta is struggling with some childhood wounds, so she's put up walls and she's really scared to allow people in, which absolutely makes sense totally, but it did cause her to be pretty pessimistic throughout the whole book, and that was a little bit jarring to read. She had so much good around her, so much love around her, and she wasn't like willing or able to accept it. So that was kind of painful to read because I'm like in a cozy fantasy world and then she just like is so negative all the time. But I will say that was definitely an intentional choice by the author, but it did kind of take away from this happy cozy vibe that I was feeling when reading this book. So that was one of my complaints. Another complaint is that there wasn't a lot of world building. We do know that yes, there's a town, Adenishire, where it's kind of like more cozy, homey vibes. And then we have this other town, Langheim, where the baking competition takes place. And that seems like a little bit more prestigious or like uppity. I don't know, like a town where people aren't as comfy cozy with each other. But that's really all I know. I don't know anything about what they look like or what the vibe is. I wasn't getting a lot of world building at all, so it didn't feel very immersive in that way. And kind of within that same complaint, I also noticed that although magic is mentioned in the title, we really do not see a lot of it in the book at all. There were probably 5 instances of magic or less, and one of the only magical creatures within this found family friend group was a dwarf that can brew tea out of her hand. But I genuinely loved the found family that was created so much. It almost distracted me from those complaints. It was just so cute. All of the characters have such unique developed personalities, and somehow they're all able to form the cutest bonds despite them having so many differences physically and in their personality, and that was truly just wonderful to read about. Another big positive was the fact that the author included the recipes in the back. That is so unique. I've never seen that done before, and realizing that there were 3 recipes was just a cherry on top of the whole reading experience. It was so fun. Also, she's so cute. She moved over here mid-recording. She's so adorable. This is Dee Dee. So cute. Everything is cooked. I'm so happy. I have this beautiful plate of desserts. It looks so good, and now it's time for the taste test. Let's start with the lemon bar because that's what Arletta baked first in the competition. Okay. Ew, the eating sounds. That's so good. Oh, so freaking good. That alone is worth all of that work. Next up, this one I'm scared of because this has tea in it. I don't know if I'm a tea girl, but it also has cherries. So let's try. I didn't know it'd have that texture. It's like kind of flaky. That's really good too. And now for the cookie. Ooh, so good. I have the most hope in this one. Please don't let me down. You're kidding. She said not to eat them warm, but why? They're so good. This was worth all the work. Truly worth it. It's time for the final ratings, and of course I'm gonna give them book ratings. I would rate the lemon bars with shortbread crust a 4.5 out of 5 stars. It was so good. I would rate the Earl Grey cherry scones a 4 out of 5 stars because it's out of my comfort zone, but it was surprisingly good. And I would rate the salted brown butter chocolate chip cookies a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I think it's tied with the lemon. So that was what I thought of all the desserts. I literally have so much appreciation for Arletta now because she baked all of these under a time crunch with so much more pressure than I had applied to me. But I think I did pretty good for the circumstances I was in. So yay! I'm a professional chef now. I'm gonna put the desserts on cute plates now so that my friends can see them in their best state. But I really think that they're gonna like these. These are really good. So, could I win a magical baking competition? Probably not. But did I finish the book, bake all 3 desserts, and feed my friends? Absolutely. I would rate A Fellowship of Magic and Bakers a 3.5 out of 5 stars. But I would rate this experience a 5 out of 5 stars. You guys have already gotten me to 149 subscribers just while making this video. So thank you so much. Seriously, the comments make my day, and I literally remember your guys' usernames. So a special thank you to the people on screen screen, thank you so much for all of your support. Starting this channel has been one of the most creatively rewarding things I've ever done, so I hope that I can continue to make entertaining content for you guys because it's been so much fun for me. If you liked this video, consider giving it a like, and if you like me, consider subscribing. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.